Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Shutters and Speed. Yep, we're out in the car again and we're off to somewhere quite special, I think, or I certainly hope so. So, as we say here in Norfolk, let's run them their titles, boy, and we'll get into where we're off to. Yeah, so welcome back to Shutters and Speed. Yeah, I'm up in Lincolnshire at the moment, which is one of my favourite hunting grounds when I'm out on my motorcycle. But tonight, my work has taken me out this way, and I'm able to go and visit this particular establishment in my car. And the establishment in question is the Peter Hickman Racing headquarters at Louth, in the heart of the Lincolnshire Wolds. Now, obviously, everybody's heard of Peter Hickman and his exploits on the racetracks, and also the circuits like the Isle of Man and the Northwest 200. But apparently, now I'm not entirely sure what's happening this evening, but I do know that he is throwing his premises open up there in Lincolnshire, in Louth, to us bikers to come and have a look and create a sort of bike night type thing. So hopefully everything will be okay and we'll have a good evening. Now, as I said earlier, I'm not quite sure what's going to be happening this evening. I understand there's going to be food and, you know, all the usual stuff that you get with a bike night. And whether the great man himself is going to be there or not, I don't know that either. But obviously we'll find that out when we get there. So I'm making my way through the Lincolnshire Wolds up to Louth, and I hopefully find the HQ of Peter Hickman Racing, and we'll see how we get on. So I'll see you when we get there. Yeah, so here we are arriving at the Peter Hickman Racing Motorcycle Centre, and I got there nice and early, as you might imagine, about 2 hours before the event was due to start, so they were quite busy setting up. But it was quite nice to see a few of the motorbikes arrive. A bit like me, deciding to get there nice and early, as there was problems last year apparently with parking. I know that the great man himself said that people are arriving early. Well, of course they will do if they know the format. But there was plenty of parking available, so that wasn't an issue this year. So obviously that was addressed. And it was still great watching all these bikes arrive, of all types really, mainly sports bikes, because obviously it's a racing centre, so a lot of the motorcycles would be racing motorcycles. So anyway, I got there early enough to have a good look at the bikes that Peter had put on display. These are bikes probably from very early in his racing career, right up to the current day. These ones that we're looking at the moment, I think, are from quite some while ago. But he seems to have kept, as they all seem to do, a range of these motorcycles that they've used over the years. And it was quite interesting looking at them and sort of seeing the progression that had been made over time, from, you know, the very early types to the modern superbikes that we know of that he rides today. Then he set up this, backed his truck in, as it were, and he was setting up a display of his probably current stable for this year, you know, because he rides in several different classes. So, you know, including the road racing. So it's quite interesting to see what he's riding at the moment. And then after that, we went inside to have a look at some of his silverware, as it were, and that was really quite impressive. You know, it was quite interesting to see that. And everything that was on display was fantastic, you know, and everybody who was around, obviously it got a lot more crowded, so they were able to enjoy it. I also had a chance to have a look at one or two classics that I love. While I was there, there's one or two that caught my eye. This CBX was quite smart, I thought, and you know, everything was pretty good. And then everything, you know, sort of started to get very busy, and we saw lots of bikes arriving and people, and it was great fun. So as you can see, everything is in full swing right now. About halfway through the evening, and there's thousands of people here, and they're all enjoying a great night out. Yeah, and here we see Peter preparing one of his current race bikes to go on the dyno. So here we are making our way back from the wonderful evening we've just spent at the Peter Hickman racing bike night at Louth in Lincolnshire. It's been a fantastic evening watching Peter go about his business, as it were, not necessarily on a racetrack of course, but organising the event. I tried to get a bit of a chat with him, but he was so busy he just said I'm going to have to leave it till later, and it's obvious that he would probably never find the time, so I gave up on that one. But none the more for that, he was brilliant. He shook my hand, and I'm sort of made up that I've actually shook hand with such a great chap. So that was fantastic. And it was great to see his racing bikes all lined up with lots of information about them, which was great. And obviously the final straw was the striking one up and the dyno testing. Now obviously the dyno testing we couldn't record because it was just unbelievably loud, but it was magical to hear a full race bike on full chat, which was fantastic. So I really enjoyed the evening, and I hope you have done too. So if you have enjoyed this video, I would hope that you would like and subscribe. So I think that just about ends our proceedings for today. So without further ado, until next time, as we say here in Norfolk, do you keep on a troshin', boy.